computer. Good morning and welcome to the week's meditation, the Be the Light Meditation, weekly meditation. I'm Jan Jorgensen at Sound and Light Healing Arts. And I always think, what can I say that is worth people's precious time? And Spirit gives me messages. In case you didn't know it, there's a system called Human Design System. And it's very, very old, and it helps you understand what your most advantageous way of showing up in the world is, what your strategies are, what to stay away from. And I'll just come right out and say it since you're watching this. I'm a projector, which means I'm a teacher, but I don't teach from my own knowledge bank. I actually reflect back to you what your higher self is working with or imagining. And that's why people find these valuable, because I'm simply, you might call it channeling or checking in, but I'm holding court for you, the listener, across time and space. Even if you're not here live, there's just a magical way about resonance and attraction that you might find this somewhere on YouTube. And in this moment, the information and exchange is going to help the umbrella in your infrastructure to open a little bit for the next step or the next idea or the next inspiration. That's what a projector is. I'm here to project you your highest potential movie. And that's why once I studied anxiety and speaking forever, I finally realized if I just let go and get out of the way and say what comes through me and I'm true to it, it has value. So you're going to kind of crack up of what came through for you today was, I don't know about you, but my give a shitter is broken. I could give a shit. I just don't care about people who are so angry and projecting and labeling and just getting out of their lane. It's like all boundaries for human decency in this upcoming election, which is 1 month away, that people feel free to sling mud, slander, lies, ridiculousness, and then to put on blinders for any truth that might change that. So what happens is we're rudderless. We are becoming rudderless as a social system. We just have social media driven, absolute opposite trajectory situation and candidates, all afraid of each other and accusing each other, communists, fascists, whatever. And so where does this all come from? It comes from the larger human consciousness collective. We all created this toxic soup, this chaotic soup, which things have to break loose to finally melt and form and gel into a new system. So we had to see some of the ugliness and finger pointing on both sides. We had to see how quick we came to judgment. We had to see what early childhood wounding and the resultant narcissistic me, selfish, and I'll pretend and I'm in charge of everything. And it truly is a time for us to acknowledge how messy our inner psyches are and how sideways they are and distracted from the absolute truth and being the light. When we do the Be the Light meditations, we are so calm and so allowing that truly our give a shitter is broken. We just let things roll. Things will be what they will become with their volition. And there's only one thing that you're in charge of the minute you were born. And they should teach us in school. One thing you're responsible for, your energy field. And as you go through life and you start expanding at school and saying, boy, my parents got some wacko ideas. And then you go to college, you're like, wow, you are responsible for your thoughts. And your thoughts determine everything. You are only as good, or you're only as holding as much light as your next thought. And so most of our thoughts are what? They're built upon your partner in the morning. They're built upon interacting with you, coffee's almost gone, or maybe a nice sweet thing. We allow our thoughts to be determined by the outside world all the time. Why? Because we're not taught to hold our own light and hold our own grid. In fact, if you have, you've been the different one. You've been the odd one. You've been the one who's Pollyanna and get over it and get real, get a life. But we have been on this path of walking the Be the Light meditations, the path together. We know our choice is always, the best choice is always get back into your heart, expand that light out and let go and let your give a shitter for what anybody else says or does be broken forever. Don't let that little game thing that some other person who's whacked out over something needs your energy, needs to suck your energy, control you, dominate you, whatever, on a personal, social, global level. We are done with that. And what happens when enough of us are living and speaking and owning and being this bright light? What happens when enough of us are the light bulbs, the searchlights? It burns away the fear. Love and pure positivity burns away the fear. They have done studies where one brightly lit person, an Amma, a Mother Teresa, the Dalai Lama, comes in and everyone defers and leans into and absorbs and becomes that light, that warmth, that love, that welcomeness, the antidote to fear. So you're being called to be the next Mother Teresa, to be the next Jan, okay? I know it's such a pedestrian name, but Jan enters the room. And imagine it. What's your name? What's your name? Julie. The Julie enters the room and everyone leans in. They've done special photography that shows the person that comes into the room with the most light has a full bright light attachment, like a column of light, and everyone else in that room leans in. They've proven it electromagnetically, visually, with the photographic ability we have now. Everything is energy, yet we have this dross, this thickness, this toxic cesspool that most humans are still choosing to live in, because the truth and the way is kept away. It is kept away from our educational systems, and it's only metered out in certain little religious spectrums or with gurus who still control and dominate. So the news now is, and this is coming through the eyes, ears, and voice of the divine feminine, the feminine, all-inclusive spiritual nature of our Creator is coming through in a new way. All beings are divine and absolutely never lost their right to simply ask and intend to open up and to be filled with divine light and to feel good and to beam light out and to be that change. So that's in a nutshell of why we do what we do every Wednesday morning. And it's just a little reminder. And now we're going to drop in and do it. And I'm going to tell you, it's okay for your give a shitter to be broken. And that doesn't mean you don't care. It just means you're not attached. You're not emotionally rankled all the time by this person on this political side saying this and this, but you're just staying animated with the light of truth that things must move and fall apart and get fluid and be unstable for a while. And you are the anchor. You are the pier. You are the foundation for the creation of the next step for humans. And that's what we're going to work on today. It's okay for your give a shitter to be broken and stay anchored. I dreamed last night that a huge tsunami came and the basement of the house started filling and everything just started filling up. I've been watching all the adventure movies from the hurricanes, hearing about global change, hearing that on November 21st, major solar flare. I mean, no wonder I'm thinking all this. But it truly is a good way to imagine, am I shipshape? Am I ready for whatever to create that something new and to not sink in the mass consciousness, confusion and chaos before the light and cohesion emerges. And I need to be part of that fleet. And if you're here, you're going to get your boat in shape. So we are that fleet. Okay. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space, meaning we remove the news, all the thoughts of the news, all the energy of the news, the election. We are choosing to even stop our own thoughts about everything. We're choosing to remove everyone else's energy from our energy field so that a fine-tooth comb going through our entire field would catch no thoughts. You are free of thinking. You are safe and you are grounded in this beautiful octahedron. Just breathe. Now breathe out any emotional stuff, call it baggage, disappointment, sadness, and just claim it for what it is. Something you needed to learn, but it doesn't have to sit on your heart and hurt. Let it go. And the next deep inspiration, let it go. Whatever anybody did or said, or you said or did, or whatever on your timeline, it's not worth carrying around. It's like a little pebble in your shoe. Let it go. In this moment, we ask and intend to empty ourselves. And it's easier than ever because the brightest accelerated lights are pulsing into Earth now, and they're actually breaking up things, causing the chaos, but giving you the ability to align and match and meet the brightest light ever available on Earth for a long, long time. So breathe it in. Just breathe it in. We're just using our imagination. Open your crown chakra and imagine the creators listening saying, yeah, it's what you signed up for. Come on, let's do it. Your next deep breath, bring in a beautiful, full spectrum rainbow divine light through your crown chakra and let it begin to melt and wiggle down. And when we say spectrum, we're saying frequencies. A beautiful, beautiful mixture of precise frequencies that are reorganizing your emotional system, releasing stuck energies in your mental, and also easing up your physical body so you can let go and breathe deeper. Be vibrant. Be the one who still has some bounce, some vitality. Let the back of your neck, and you might need to stretch your neck a little bit. Take a deep breath and make sure there is nothing obliterating There is no cough or stuckness or anything that would keep you from speaking, singing, and exuding light through your throat chakra. Take a nice deep breath. In fact, go ahead and make a sound. Ah. And feel the rainbow coming out of your mouth. Feel the rainbow opening up so that while everything's falling apart, you can simply say with high discernment, oh, I noticed this is happening. Or, oh, look at that. No need to label or judge with negativity, but just to be present and to point out and to allow and support the goodness and the awakening and instigation of light in other humans by your example of staying anchored fully in your light. Beautiful. You might want to tap your chest a little bit and let all this light into your heart and lungs. Oh, that feels so good. And just by imagining it, using your thoughts correctly and guiding energy, just kind of like little plungers. Any stuck energy, plunge it up, and then there it goes. Circuitry. All circuitry is flowing, aligned, and pumping all this beautiful rainbow light through all parts of your being. And don't forget your back. Let this energy bathe your back, your shoulders, down your arms, your fingertips. Take a nice deep breath. Make sure that it comes all the way, exudes out of your skin now, beyond your physical casing, so that truly, if we took an auric image with that very quick photography, we would see the most beautiful auric images, almost like the night skies with auroras right now. You're a walking, streaming aurora, a reflection of the light of the divine creator. So take a deep breath and let all this just fulmigate and move and let it luxuriate in your body and feel how comfortable, feel how normal it is for you, because this is who you're meant for. This is what you signed up for, or what you were meant for. And just move your body almost like you're a symphonic, rhythmic extension of the harmonic, musical God, Goddess, creator of all that is in the sky, singing through you, moving through you with the brilliant sacred pitches of light, of exquisite releases and movement, and elevating, like listening to the most sacred, beautiful song ever, and then becoming the song, melting into it and breathing with it. Ah, beautiful. Good. So we're getting our final flushes now through the bigger systems, through the bones, down to your toes and your feet. Go ahead and press your fingers together. Nice deep breath. And I bet if we did an auric image, you would even have a halo now. When you go for 732 hertz, you actually have a beautiful golden halo. There you go. So no matter what's on your schedule today, mine is cleaning, going cleaning next door, and with service people. We're going to do it with the mindfulness of a Saint Teresa, of the Dalai Lama. Who's your favorite person who exudes light and encouragement and love? So no matter what you're doing, be that light. Be that light in your geophysical positioning on the planet today. It feels good. It helps others. It lifts everybody up. It's lighting your candle in the dark. And when you feel this good, honestly, your give-a-shitter is broken for all the small, attached, obsessive, compulsive things about life. All is well. All the right things will happen. You deserve all that you receive and more for this sacred service for the planet. So we're going to finish this meditation now by putting a beautiful golden resilient egg around our entire energy field so it continues to percolate and feel joyful and fill in the blanks. So thank you for joining me. I'm Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com.